Gentleman from Cavite, Senator Ramon Bong Revilla, is seeking the floor. I move that he be recognized, Mr. President.
The gentleman is recognized to make his manifestation of record. You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a short manifestation. As Chair of the Committee on Civil Service, Government Organization, and Professional Regulation, may I manifest that the following bills, Senate Bill number 2007 and Senate Bill number 2503, be referred to a subcommittee to be thus created for the purpose of hearing the same, with Senator J.V. Ejercito as chair of the subcommittee. That's all, Mr. President.
Duly noted and entered into the records. Thank you, Senator Revilla. Majority Floor Leader.
We move for the reference of business, Mr. President.
Session is suspended for a minute. Majority Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Before we proceed with the additional reference of business, just some admin matters, Mr. President. Senator Ligarda would like to insert into the records her co-sponsorship speech for resolution number 1300. So move, Mr. President.
Noted and entered into the
Mr.
records.
President, I moved for the previous motion. We proceed with the reference of business.
Secretary is directed to comply.
Committee Report Number 531, prepared and submitted by the Committees on Justice, Human Rights, Civil Service, Government Reorganization, and Professional Regulation. Yeah, to the ordinary business. Yes. In substitution of Senate Bills Number 2623 and 2732, Senate Bill Number 2987, entitled An Act Strengthening the Legal Staff of the Department of Justice, renaming it as the Office of the Chief State Counsel, redefining, expanding, rationalizing, and further professionalizing its organization and appropriating funds therefore, sponsor Senator Aquilino Pimentel.
To the calendar for ordinary business. Majority floor leader.
Mr. President, this juncture I move that the transfer from the calendar for ordinary business to the calendar for special orders, Committee Report Number 531 on Senate Bill Number 282.
Chief speech. You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. So, Mr. President, my dear colleagues, I stand before you today to sponsor and humbly seek your support for the passage of Senate Bill Number 2987 under Committee Report Number 531. The title of which is An Act Strengthening the Legal Staff of the Department of Justice, renaming it as the Office of the Chief State Counsel, redefining, expanding, rationalizing, and further professionalizing its organization and appropriating funds therefore. The 1987 Constitution of the Philippines mandates the President to ensure that our laws be faithfully executed. To ensure the faithful compliance provided under our Constitution, the Administrative Code created the Department of Justice to be the principal law agency that shall be both its legal counsel and its prosecutorial arm. These core functions of the DOJ are performed by the two main offices within the DOJ proper, the legal staff, serving as the legal counsel, and the National Prosecution Service, NPS, as the prosecution arm. With the growing mandate of the Secretary of Justice, the functions of the state counsels and employees of the DOJ legal staff have evolved and grown exponentially. It now serves as the backbone of the DOJ, silent yet indispensable warriors for justice. While their work may often take place behind desks and within the intricate papers of legal research, their impact resonates across our justice system and society as a whole. Pero sila po ay napag-iwanan in terms of salary and benefits with their counterpart in the department. In the words of our Chief State Counsel, Dennis Arvin L. Chan, our State Counsel's work is anything and everything legal or having legal implications. Kaagapay natin sila sa pagpasa ng mga makabuluhang batas para sa ikabubuti ng ating bayan. The DOJ legal staff, in fact, participated or has participated in the passage of several game-changing landmark laws such as number 1, RA number 12065 or the Philippine Archipelagic Sea Lanes Act. Number 2, RA number 9160 or the Anti-Money Laundering Act of 2001. Number 3, RA number 11641 or the Department of Migrant Workers Act. And number 4, RA number 12064 or the Philippine Maritime Zones Act. I just mentioned these laws as examples, but the listing is not comprehensive, Mr. President. When I was the Committee on Foreign Relations Chairman, they served as my legal advisors in the concurrence of important treaties such as the treaty between the Republic of the Philippines and the Russian Federation on extradition, and the treaty between the Republic of the Philippines and the Russian Federation on mutual legal assistance in criminal matters. And what greater contribution can we make than to ensure the passage of this vital measure, paving the way for meaningful change and a better future for our state councils and employees of the DOJ legal staff. The salient features of the proposed measure are: first, renaming the DOJ legal staff created under RA 2705 as amended by RA number 4152 as the Office of the Chief State Counsel. Second, it now clarifies the existing powers and functions of the DOJ legal staff. Third, we are providing qualifications for the state counsels. Fourth, we are upgrading the position, ranks, and salary grades of the state counsels. Fifth, we are providing the retirement and survivorship benefits to the DOJ legal staff, the same way that we are providing for their counterparts with the DOJ National Prosecution Services. And lastly, we are allowing automatic increase of all pension benefits of state counsels, same as their counterpart DOJ National Prosecution Services. As we move forward, let us reaffirm our commitment to justice by empowering our DOJ state counsels, strengthening their capacities, and ensuring that they continue to serve with excellence and honor. Justice is not just a principle, it is a responsibility. And together, we carry that responsibility forward. Maraming salamat po, Mr. President and my dear colleagues.
Majority Floor Leader.
Mr. President, to allow our colleagues to study further the measure, I move that we suspend consideration of Senate Bill number 2987. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, motion is approved.
Mr. President, at this juncture,
Reference.
I move that we proceed with the additional reference of business.
Secretary is directed to comply.
Resolution, PSR number 1311, resolution congratulating and commending Dr. Beverly Lorraine Ho for being the recipient of the Leadership Award in Public Health Practice in the 2024 Harvard Chan School of Public Health Alumni Awards by Senator Lapid.
The Committee on Rules.
PSR number 1312, resolution urging the appropriate Senate committee to conduct an inquiry in aid of legislation into the visa-related issues faced by the Philippine national athletes and their coaches, which adversely affect their training and participation in international tournaments by Senator Cayetano P.
The Committee on Sports.
Committee reports. Committee report number 530 submitted jointly by Committees on Higher Technical and Vocational Education, Ways and Means and Finance on House Bill number 10405, introduced by Representative Ecleo et al., an act establishing a state college in the Lone District of the Province of Dinagat Islands and appropriating funds therefore, recommending its approval with amendment. Sponsor Senator Cayetano Alan.
To the calendar rather for ordinary business. Resolution, wala kaya?
Notification ako. Notification.
Session is suspended. Resume. Majority Floor Leader.
Mr. President, before we adjourn, may I remind our colleagues that there is a standing resolution, resolution number 21, entitled Resolution Authorizing All Regular Standing Committees, Oversight Committees, and Special Committees of the Senate to conduct hearing, meetings, and consultations during every recess of the Senate to have continuity in the process of passing pending proposed legislations and to conduct investigations on issues of national interest to aid in crafting relevant legislation. At this juncture, Mr. President, I move that we adjourn the session until 3 o'clock in the afternoon of Monday, June 2, 2025. So moved, Mr. President.
There is a motion. Win. Is there any objection?
Anti-climactic kayo.
There being none, session is adjourned until 3 o'clock in the afternoon of Monday, June 2, 2025.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you to our staff and Senate employees. Mabuhay ang Senado.